Welcome back to ITC 2019 in Las Vegas. And who am I speaking with?
I'm Stephen Fromkin. I'm one of the founders of Talespin.
And what is Talespin?
So at Talespin, we are concentrating on the employee lifecycle using VR, AR, mixed reality, and AI. So we use these very cool immersive tools in a way that is addressing what a lot of insurance carriers and others surrounding the business are feeling, which is how do we train smarter, better, quicker, and not just onboarding, but how do we really get into the leadership and communication skills over the course of an employee's tenure.
So I'm really curious, how do you use virtual reality to do that?
Sure. So we use simulations and virtual human technology to place a trainee, an employee, in an environment that they couldn't otherwise easily be in. So a lot of carriers, bigger carriers, of course, have homes that are built into and automobiles that are built into a warehouse somewhere, and that's their claims university or training university. But that's expensive, and that means that there's a significant lift of logistics aside from cost, bringing all of those folks into that university. And VR provides a way to train a large distributed workforce, and also, truthfully has a much different, in some ways better, cognitive reaction with a learner. So I can put you in a simulation where you're investigating a water damage claim, or where you are an underwriter and you're walking through a commercial space, or where you're sitting across from an individual and negotiating the claims cost, or letting a policyholder down and saying, sorry, we're just not covering it all.
Yeah.
These are difficult conversations.
Or an irate customer.
How do you practice that? How do you rehearse for those moments that matter and not fail?
So where'd the idea come from?
So my partner, Kyle Jackson, and I started to move into virtual reality and similar technology in 2015, dating actually even before then. But we formed Talespin in 2015, and we knew we wanted to address some of the business-to-business use cases that were coming. And we started working with Farmers Insurance, was our first insurance client. And as we began to look into what the problem statements that VR would solve and AI would solve, we realized that it was workforce transformation.
Yeah.
The problems that are coming through a workforce disruption that much of the world's industries are going to face.
Yeah, especially insurance.
Are already here in insurance, exactly.
Yeah. Every time I hear VR, I think of goggles.
Yep.
Is yours?
Well, yeah, so we are using, we're not a hardware developer. So we use the Oculus right now. We're working closely with Oculus. We're happy to be deploying most of our stuff on the Quest, which is the device that's out right now. And one of the benefits is the enterprise platform that comes with the enterprise version of the Quest.
Yep.
And that really helps with a lot of what large organization needs to deploy at scale.
Yeah, I've been harping for some time that I thought, there are different ways to learn, and there are certain things you just can't learn from a textbook. There are certain things you can't learn from a video. There's certain things you can only learn by doing, and so there's like such a need for role playing, but that's a challenge in a real world environment because you have to have a human being on the other side, and you've developed a technology where you can scale that. You don't need a human being on the other side.
Exactly. Think of a flight simulator. Right?
Yeah.
We've been using flight simulators
years, decades,
forever.
Yeah.
Nobody questions why. Well, because the stakes are so high. So a pilot doesn't have the chance or opportunity for failure on the job. They can't fail. Well, what about when you're talking to somebody who's just lost their entire home? The opportunity for failure is zero as well.
Yeah.
And that's, if it's looked at that way, how do we train for that? Well, this is where an immersive technology such as VR or AI or mixed reality really becomes helpful, because you get permission to fail and try again.
Yeah. Where'd the name come from?
So it's really about what a tailspin is. It's a disruptive force.
I love that. Well, as a token of our appreciation for coming on,
All
you're
right.
now part of the Insurance Nerds family.
I'm glad.
So wear it with pride. And
I will indeed.
much.
All right.
Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay,
Thank you.